Okay.
We're working on it.
All right, we'll do a buzzer check while it's loading up. Yes, you can buzz in with whatever word you want. So let's do a buzzer check. Can I have all of Illinois buzz in? Yes, there's my 3 of you. Can I have all of New York buzz in? And DC. All right. Yes. Okay, I thought someone was asking a question. All right. Are we go on the live stream?
We're good.
Introductions. My name is Emily Husino. I will be moderating today. With me, my secondary moderator. Let him introduce himself.
I'm Andrew.
And then also helping us today.
My name is Jade. I'll be your timer today. Good luck, y'all.
Hi, I'm Nikhil. I will be your backup scorekeeper today.
And hi, I'm Laura. I'll be your scorekeeper today.
All right. I would like to remind the audience to turn off all their cameras and microphones so that they don't make any noise. I'd like to remind the coaches that if you have a challenge or concern, that you should send a message to Andrew, a private message to Andrew, and he will field those. I'd like to remind everyone to keep checking the SCED app for upcoming sessions. Many of the colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them at any time. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines, which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines or the NJCL Code of Conduct. Players, I'd like to remind you to wait until you are recognized before answering the toss-up, because you may appear first on your screen, but you may not appear first on my screen. I will name you by naming your state and number. So I would say, for example, New York 4, Laura, and I'll give your first name. So that is how I will recognize people. On the Bony, do you remember the Bony will be pasted into the chat automatically. To the audience, we expect you to remain quiet for the duration of the match with your cameras off. At the score checks after 5, 10, and 15, you are free to clap using the Zoom reactions, and you may also type encouraging words in the chat at those score breaks. When scores are read after 19, however, only Zoom clapping reactions can be used. You may turn on your cameras and microphones at the end of the round. Right. Any questions so far? Okay. Let's do the Aurelia passage. And there it appears. All right. Aurelia, qui urbs placebat, erat in Egypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredicim ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurre coipit. Ehu. Are there any other pronunciation questions you have for me? No? Okay. I'd like to remind the players not to do anything that may be construed as consultation, including gestures, verbal or electronic communication with the other players, coaches, or audience members. You may not communicate with other players during the round in any way other than by voice in Zoom or by Zoom chat. And I'd like to remind everyone that there should be no exclamations about consultation and other rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have questions during a toss-up, they should raise their hands or use their voice to ask the question. And I would like to remind everyone that moderators have discretion when making rulings during the rounds. If there is an issue, please direct it to the Certamen chair, and please be polite and respectful of our judgment. All right. So we have captains. Our captains starred Illinois, New York, and DC. There it is. Okay. All right. Any final questions? No. Okay. So now we are waiting for our official go-ahead. Very exciting. All right, round 3. I know this is the worst part, right? We get started and then we have to stop. Is this the first convention for many of you? Yeah. Yeah, they're better in person, but I think they've done a really good job this year of working with the circumstances. And I feel this round feels very home-like to me because I have lived in all 3 places at some point in my life. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't have any terrible jokes to tell. Well, I guess I do, but they're really bad. All right. Yeah. Like, where did the Romans keep their armies? Someone knows this one. In their sleeveys. Yeah. Yeah, that's the level of terrible joke that I have. So it's pretty bad. Like, what's brown and sticky?
It's a stick.
It's a stick.
I love that. Like, it's all my stuff, man. I live for these.
I worked with a woman one summer and she just has just piles of these, and she also like works as a clown on the side, and like she just, yeah, terrible jokes, and she'd sell them so well. What do you call a fish with no eyes? And then she also made the Latin version of it too. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Ah, yes. All right. I think one of the other rooms is still waiting on a player. I don't know. Anyone else have any terrible jokes to share? All right, go for it.
Why did the cowboy put his bunk in the fireplace? He wanted to sleep like a log.
All right, yeah, Illinois 3. This is like moderating.
Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired.
DC 2.
I threw a boomerang a couple years ago. I now live in constant fear.
You just stole that from the moderator we had first round.
Yes, I did.
Oh, yay, we got the go-ahead, guys. All right. So let's do this. NJCL, Certamen, Novice, round 3. I will read one practice question now for no points. This question does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of the questions found in this tournament. Toss-up. In the Roman house, what was the function of a compluvium? Illinois 1, Owen.
To funnel water into the impluvium.
Yes, I can take that. Skylight, allow water to come inside. Yes. So bonus 1 for Illinois. In what room of the house would one find a compluvium?
This is the atrium, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's what I would...
Atrium, final answer.
Atrium is correct. Bonus 2. What was the name of the pool found directly underneath the compluvium where rainwater would collect?
The impluvium.
And the impluvium, final answer.
The impluvium is correct. Yes. Yes, do remember to say final answer on the bony, please. It just makes everything easier. All right. Now that the practice question is done, we will do toss-up question 1. What man was proclaimed dictator perpetuus Illinois 1, Owen?
Julius Caesar?
Julius Caesar is correct. Approximately 1 month before his former officers, led by Gaius Cassius and Marcus Brutus, assassinated him on March 15, 44 BC. So, bonus 1 for Illinois. Who was co-consul with Caesar at the time of his death?
I
yeah,
forgot, was this Pompey? I genuinely forgot.
Maybe I would just go with whatever you have because.
Well, no, because Pompey was already dead. It's not like
I
that.
need your
Because this
answer,
is time of
please.
stuff. Marcus Lepidus, final answer.
No, I'm sorry, it was Marcus Antonius. Bonus 2. This was the first consulship for Mark Antony, and obviously the last for Caesar. How many consulships did Caesar hold in his life?
I haven't studied Caesar in too long. Do either of you remember?
What sounds like the right answer?
I forget whether it was unprecedented or not.
I need your answer, please.
8, final answer.
No, I'm sorry, it was 5. So that's 10 points on toss-up 1 for Illinois. Toss-up 2. Using 2 words, translate the following sentence into Latin. I have remained for a long time. DC 4. DC 4.
Manui Dio.
No, I'm sorry. Illinois 1, Owen.
Manui Longa.
No, I'm sorry. New York 4, Laura.
Maneo Deu.
No, I'm sorry. The answer was Mansi Diu. Yeah, so Maneo has a slightly unusual perfect. So no points on toss-up 2. Toss-up 3 for all teams. Disregarding advice not to go too high or too low. DC3 Harper.
Icarus.
Icarus is correct. Disregarding advice not to go too high or too low, who flew too close to the sun and brought his father Daedalus to grief? Icarus. Bonus 1 for DC. When Icarus fell into the sea, he and his father were attempting to escape from what island ruled by Minos?
Crete. Does that sound right, Brandon?
Crete, final answer.
Crete, final answer is correct. Bonus 2. Who ultimately found Icarus's body and buried it on the island of Dolichae in the Aegean Sea?
Harper or Brandon? Question.
I'm trying to think of it. I'm not sure.
I need your answer, please.
No response.
The answer is Heracles, or we could have taken Hercules. So that is 15 points on toss-up 3 for DC. Toss-up 4 for all teams. Translate the following question into English. Qualis est vir? Illinois 2, Faith.
What kind of man is he?
What kind of man is he is correct. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Translate the following question into English. Quote, always, Regina habet.
How many?
Where does
How
the
many? No. How many birds does the queen have? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
All right. And no objections? Any objections?
Nope.
Okay.
Answer,
How many
please.
birds does the queen have? Final answer.
How many birds does the queen have is correct. Bonus 2. Translate this question into English. Ubi est latrina?
Where is the bathroom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where is the bathroom? Final answer.
Where is the bathroom is correct. 20 points on toss-up 4 for Illinois. Toss-up 5 for all teams. What emperor, after executing his wife Fausta, New York 1, Owen.
Nero.
No, I'm sorry. I will restart the question for the remaining teams. What emperor, after executing his wife Fausta and eldest son Crispus in 326 AD, left the empire to be divided among his 3 surviving DC 1, Sophia? Answer, please.
Aurelian.
No, I'm sorry. I will restart the question for the remaining team. What emperor, after executing his wife Fausta and eldest son Crispus in 326 AD, left the empire to be divided among his 3 surviving sons and converted to Christianity on his deathbed in 330? Illinois 2, Faith.
Constantine.
I need more information.
Constantine the Great.
Constantine the Great is correct. We can take Constantine the Great or Constantine the First. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Where had Constantine been declared emperor by his father's troops in 306 AD?
Owen, do you know this one?
I don't remember. The only I feel like this would have been at after a battle. So do we want to try Milvian Bridge? Maybe.
That's what I was
All right.
thinking. So yeah.
Battle or Milvian Bridge. Final answer.
No, I'm sorry. It was York, Aboracum, or York. Bonus 2. Name one of Constantine's sons who succeeded him.
Maybe this is Aurelian.
It
That's what
sounds like it might be. Yeah, no. If we didn't have any other guesses, I was going to say Constantine II would be a pretty
I
interesting
need your
guess
answer,
to make.
please.
Aurelian, final answer.
No, I'm sorry. His sons were Constantius or Constantine II. All right, so let me make sure I said that clearly. Constantinus II or Constantine II, Constantius II, and Constans. So that's 10 points on toss-up 5 for Illinois, and our score after 5.
The score after 5 stands at DC has 15 points, Illinois Gold has 40 points, and New York is yet to score.
All right. All right. Toss-up 6. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice, then responde latine to the questions which follow. The passage. Aurelia et sorores equum ad viam ducebant, maxime defessae. Una soror, quae maximos annos sororum habebant, celeriter equum ascendit. Equus quoque defessus erat, itaque stetit in cruribus posterioribus, et sororem ad terram iecit. Rereading. Aurelia et sorores equum ad viam ducebant, maxime defessae. Una soror, quae maximos annos sororum habebat, celeriter equum ascendit. Equus quoque defessus erat, itaque stetit in cruribus posterioribus, et sororem ad terram iecit. The question. Quo Aurelia et sorores equum ducebant? Illinois 1, Owen.
Ad viam.
Ad viam.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say ad viam. Again, I wasn't sure if I wasn't sure if I was saying ad viam.
I heard ad viam.
Yes.
And ad viam is correct. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Cur equus stetit in cruribus posterioribus?
So.
Can you paste the question in chat for us, please?
Is it? Do you have it, Andrew? Or is, okay, there it is.
Oh yeah. There. Okay, thank you.
So would this be a would this be quo defessus erat? Because like it says the horse is sad, therefore stetit.
I need your answer, please.
Equus defessus erat.
Equus defessus erat is correct. Bonus 2. Ubi illa puella nunc jacet?
So where is the girl?
So would this be like in terra because she's like on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? And no, any objections?
I need your answer, please.
In terra, final answer.
Could you repeat that, please?
In terra.
Could you spell that, please?
IN space TERRA.
Yes, in terra is correct. The last syllable wasn't coming through clearly. Yeah. So 20 points on toss-up 6 for Illinois. Toss-up 7 for all teams. Responde latine. In Phrygia, qui maritus et uxor soli hospitium dederunt Jovi et Mercurio. Responde latine. In Phrygia, Qui maritus et uxor soli hospitium dederunt Jovi et Mercurio. DC 1, Sophia.
Pyramus and Thisbe?
No, I'm sorry. I've read the question twice already. I'm going to call time. The answer we were looking for was Balkis et Philemon. Yeah, okay. All right, no points on toss-up 7. Toss-up 8 for all teams. What is the meaning of the Latin verb at the root of exclamation? Illinois 1, Owen.
To shout.
To shout is correct. Bonus 1 for Illinois. What Latin verb with what meaning is at the root of capture?
Capeo.
Yeah, so or I thought that was I don't know if because seize is like occupa or occupara. So would it be like just to take?
Yeah.
Sorry if that ends up being incorrect. All right. Any objections, Jimmy?
Answer, please.
To take. Final answer.
No, I'm sorry. We needed both the verb and its meaning.
Oh,
So we needed
copio
to take. Bonus 2. What Latin noun with what meaning is the ultimate root of civilian?
So is this like
Kill.
people?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Any objections, Jimmy? Final answer. Kiwes meaning people.
Kiwes is correct. But I'm not sure that Kiwes means people. It means citizen. We'll make a note about it and we'll check. Right now, we won't award points for it.
It was also in the plural rather than the singular. Another thing to note when we note it down.
Okay. So we'll check on it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to give points right now because I'd much rather add points than take them away. So we will check on it, but for right now, no points. So 10 points on toss-up 8. Toss-up 9 for all teams. In criminal proceedings, there are a number of pleas a defendant may make. What Latin phrase expresses the defendant's wish to not contest the charges? Illinois 1, Owen.
Nolo contendere.
Nolo contendere is correct. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Sometimes a defendant may try to argue that they were not of a sound mind during the course of their alleged actions. What Latin phrase would they use to describe this unsound state?
I have no idea, but it's probably like it probably has like son or sonnet.
I don't know. We're just
Non-
gonna have to take guys.
Non sana.
I need your answer, please.
Non sana. Final answer.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is non compos mentis. Bonus 2. A judge may dismiss a case outright if the prosecutors cannot present a reasonable theory of the crime committed. What 2-word Latin phrase describes how the case looks at first glance?
Oh, is this the one that means like it does not follow? Non sequitur, maybe?
Maybe something having to do with like.
I don't know. That's the best I've got. Anything?
Yeah.
Do you guys have
I need
anything?
your answer, please.
Non sequitur. Final answer.
No, I'm sorry. It was prima facie, or in lawyer speak, prima facie. So that is 10 points on toss-up 9. Toss-up 10 for all teams. Translate the following sentence into Latin. Marcus, go. DC Elise.
Marque. E.
Marque E is correct. Bonus 1 for DC. Now translate children, play.
I think it's Liberi Lude. Sophie, Huxley, Brandon, what do you think?
I think to me.
I need your answer, please.
Wait, I defer to Elise, but Elise.
Liberi Luque. Ludo.
No, I'm sorry. Liberi ludite. Bonus 2. Now translate into alliterative Latin. The wolves are playing the game.
Lupi Ludunt Ludo.
I defer to Elise.
Lupi Ludunt Ludum. Final answer.
Lupi, ludunt, ludum is correct. And we could take in lupi or lupi. So that is 15 points on toss-up 10, and our score after 10.
The score at midway point, DC has 30, Illinois Gold has 80, and New York is yet to score.
Well played round so far, you all. Toss-up 11 for all teams. What group of goddesses traditionally worshipped on Mount Parnassus and Mount Helicon included the personifications of tragedy, history? DC3, Harper.
The Muses.
The Muses is correct. Personifications of tragedy, history, epic poetry, and dance. Bonus 1 for DC. Which of the Muses was typically considered the patron of epic poetry?
Cleo or Cleo? Harper?
Is it
Or Calliope?
history?
Oh yeah, then Calliope.
It's Calliope.
Yeah. Calliope, final answer.
Calliope is correct. Bonus 2. Which of the Muses was typically considered the patron of comedy?
Thalia?
Yeah, Thalia.
Thalia, final answer. Thalia, final answer.
Thalia is correct. So that is 20 points on toss-up 11. Toss-up 12 for all teams. Which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Arbor, Flos, Agnus, Herba. DC1, Sophie.
Agnus?
Agnus is correct. Bonus 1 for DC. Which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Concido, contendo, festino, curro.
Kuro? Elise?
Wait,
I feel like the rest of them have to do with like competing or something like that.
Can you put them in the chat, please?
They should be there.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I have no idea.
I need your answer, please.
I defer to Elise.
Contido?
No, I'm sorry, it was concido. Bonus 2. Which of the following words does not belong because of meaning? Aiger, solicitus, anxious, dulcis.
Elise?
I don't know. I think maybe Dulcus.
Dulcus, final answer.
Dulcus is correct. So that is 15 points on toss-up 12 for DC, toss-up 13 for all teams. Complete the following analogy. Lutetia is to Paris, as Vindobona is to what? DC 4, Elise.
Venice.
No, I'm sorry. I will restart the question or repeat the question for the remaining teams. Complete the following analogy. Lutetia is to Paris, as Vindobona is to what? I've read the question twice. Illinois 1, Owen.
Brussels.
I'm sorry. All right. There's no other signal. I will call time. It was Vienna. All right. So
could you by any chance paste that in the chat so I can write it down? Or
the full question or the name of the
name of this. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And little Latin tidbit for you. The accent goes on the first O, Vindobona, not Vindobona, which you hear a lot of people say, but that second O is short, so the accent goes on the first O. So we had a lengthy discussion about this behind the scenes. All right, so no points on toss-up 13. Toss-up 14 for all teams. What Latin verb is the root of the English words clarify, affect? DC 4, Elise.
Claris.
No, I'm sorry. No other buzz. I will restart the question. What Latin, Illinois 1, Owen.
Faccio.
Faccio is correct. The words were clarify, affect, and fact. Bonus 1 for Illinois. What derivative of faccio means a group of people usually having the same opinion contained within a larger group?
A faction, maybe?
Faction, yeah, I was thinking the same.
All right, no objections, then. Faction, final answer.
Faction is correct. Bonus 2. What derivative of faccio means without flaw or complete?
I feel like we've read this question before.
Given how like how important faccio is, I wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't be. No.
I need your answer, please.
Immaculate.
No, I'm sorry. The answer is perfect. So that is 15 points on toss-up 14. Toss-up 15 for all teams. What youth is central to the first 4 books of the Odyssey since they DC 3, Harper?
Telemachus.
Telemachus or Telemachus is correct. Since they describe his journey from his native Ithaca in search of his father. Bonus 1 for DC. In Book 3 of the Odyssey, Telemachus visits what coastal city where he encounters 9 groups of men, each sacrificing 9 bulls?
Brandon. I just guessed because it said youth and Odyssey.
Okay, but like, okay.
Maybe Sparta? Because I know he goes to Sparta looking for
Sparta, final answer.
No, I'm sorry, it was Pylos.
Oh.
Bonus 2. In Book 4 of the Odyssey, Telemachus visits Sparta, where he is hosted by Menelaus and what woman?
Helen? Because
Helen, final answer.
Helen is correct. So 15 points on toss-up 15 for DC, and the score after 15.
After 15 questions, the score stands at DC has 80 points, Illinois Gold has 95 points, and New York is yet to score.
All right. Well played, everyone. All right. Toss-up 16 for all teams. Translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. The emperor's guests whose money had been accepted. DC4, Elise.
Quorum.
Quorum is correct. Quorum or quorum would be acceptable. The emperor's guests whose money had been accepted were led to the banquet. Bonus 1 for DC. Translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. One of the emperor's attendants dropped a table which was laden with food.
Elise? It's the witch. Elise, you're muted. Okay.
Yeah, no. I think it's Quode.
I need your answer, please.
Quode, final answer?
No, I'm sorry, we were looking for quai, because all the words for table are feminine that we could find. Bonus 2. Translate the relative pronoun in this sentence. The advisor to whom the emperor gave a large pension enjoyed a long and happy life.
Okay, so
Kui.
we're what?
I think it's Kui because it's a dative.
Yeah. Okay. Kui, final answer?
Kui is correct. So that is 15 points on toss-up 16. Toss-up 17 for all teams. What future emperor, the nephew of Faustina the Younger, was originally named Marcus Annius Verus and is commonly known Illinois 1, Owen?
Lucius Juarez?
No, I'm sorry. I will restart the question for the remaining teams. What future emperor, the nephew of Faustina the Younger, was originally named Marcus Annius Verus and is commonly known as Rome's philosopher emperor due to New York 4, Laura?
Is it Marcus Aurelius?
Marcus Aurelius is correct. Known as the philosopher emperor due to his book on Stoic philosophy called Meditations. Bonus 1 for New York. What elder statesman was the first emperor to be elected by the Senate?
I think it's Nerva. What do you guys think?
Whatever you think.
Okay, let's just go. Final answer, Nerva?
Nerva is correct. Bonus 2. What other emperor, who was nicknamed Graeculus for being an admirer of Greek culture, is famous for building a wall in Britain that stretched from the River Tyne to the Solway Firth?
I think it's Hadrian, right? Okay, so final answer, Hadrian?
Hadrian is correct. 20 points on toss-up 17 for New York. Toss-up 18 for all teams. At the beginning of Book 6 of Ovid's Metamorphoses, Minerva turns her mind to the fate of what Maeonian girl whom she... Illinois 2, Faith.
Arachne.
Could you say that one more time, please?
Arachne.
Arachne is correct. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Or sorry, the rest of the question read, whom she had heard would not yield praise in the art of, would not yield due praise in the art of spinning wool. Bonus 1 for Illinois. Name Arachne's father who dyed the wool for her according to the Metamorphoses.
I think that this is Idmon.
Okay. So Idmon?
Yeah. Idmon.
Okay. And any objections?
No.
Okay. Final answer, Idmon?
Idmon is correct. Bonus 2. Ovid's Metamorphoses describes the nymphs of the river Pactolus deserting their waves to see Arachne's handiwork. What Phrygian king is also associated with the river Pactolus, having rid himself of a curse by washing his hands in it?
Midas.
Okay, yeah. And no objections. Midas, final answer.
Midas is correct. So 20 points on toss-up 18 for Illinois. Toss-up 19 for all teams. For the sentence, the lion had dragged Thisbe's shawl to the spring, give the form of the verb traho that would be needed to translate DC 4, Elise. Answer, please.
Traheated.
No, I'm sorry. I will restart the question for the other teams. For the sentence, the lion had dragged Thisbe's shawl to the spring, give the form of the verb traho that would be needed to translate had dragged. Illinois 1, Owen.
Trabot.
No, I'm sorry. No signal from New York, so I will repeat. New York 1, Owen. Answer, please. You're muted.
Traeroweet.
One more time.
Traeroweet.
No, I'm sorry. The answer we were looking for was Troxerot. Had dragged. So no points on toss-up 19. And the score before the final toss-up.
The score at 19 questions stands at DC has 95 points, Illinois Gold has 115 points, and New York has 20 points.
All right, well done, everybody. Toss up 20 for all teams. Responde Latine. Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus est nomen notum. Quod est praenomen in DC 4, Elise.
Scipio.
No, I'm sorry. Illinois 2, Faith.
Publius.
Publius is correct. Quod est praenomen in illo nomine. Bonus 1 for Illinois. What is the Latin term for the name Africanus?
Is that agnomen?
It's agnomen, yes.
Okay. Agnomen, final answer.
Agnomen is correct. Or we could have taken cognomen ex virtute. Bonus 2. What are the Latin terms for the names Cornelius and Scipio?
So. I don't remember which one was his nomen. Wait,
Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus.
So you just want to say nomen and cognomen?
Answer, sure. Please.
Nomen and cognomen.
Which is which?
Respectively.
Yes, nomen and cognomen respectively. Cornelius' nomen, Scipio's cognomen is correct. So that is 20 points on toss-up 20 for Illinois. And the final score.
The final score stands DC has 95 points, Illinois Gold has 135 points, and New York has 20 points.
Well played, everyone. Thank you all for being good teams today and playing well, and good luck with the rest of your convention.
Thank you for moderating.
Yeah, thank you for moderating and scoring in time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
They were so polite.
The novices are so adorable.
They're so cute.
Oh, I was glad to see that everyone got on the board.
Yes.
In New York. Oh, get in there.
Yeah, you always want to see everybody score. You want to see everyone, have a good experience.
Mm.
All right. Guessing Andrew stepped away for a second. and we're still streaming. It's okay.
Is it Andrew or you who's moderating this room?
Andrew is, I am not moderating again in this room. Sherry should be coming in to moderate the next round. And then Andrew is moderating the advanced round in this room. All right. I'm going to step away. Huh?
Yeah, me too. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to see if Sherry's in the waiting room before I go, though. No, she is not. Okay.
They did tell us to go ahead and let in intermediate teams. So,
okay.
I'll just let in the waiting room.
Okay. I'm going to step away for a second.
Okay.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, William. Remember to change your name.
Last game, my computer shut off, so that's why I left halfway.
What number am I?
That's a good question. I believe you're... Haley, Walker's already 4. How about you switch to 3 and William switch to 2? Oh, hi, Nolan. Hold up, Nolan, what team are you on?
North Carolina.
Sick, my dude.
That's all I asked yesterday. Are you intermediate?
Ah, I see. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Who's Nolan?
Nolan is a friend of mine from trivia.
Oh.
And the captain of Team North Carolina. Congratulations.
One of 2.
Hey, Mr. Walker.
Somebody speaking? Okay.
We should turn our videos off, probably. Why? Because it helps the buzz get through. Like sort of jams.
I don't think that's actually true.
It doesn't help the buzz get through, but it helps if you're like lagging with your audio.
Yeah. Which, given that we're not
really quiet, it's pretty hard to hear you.
Yeah,
try to turn off your video for a second and see if it helps.
Are you trying to talk?
It's honestly just my computer, the first few seconds of it being on. Like the Florida coaches will testify for me, it just takes a few seconds to warm up.
Okay.
Oh, we're
Hi,
already
everybody.
broadcasting. Nice. I was finished up early today, huh?
Yeah.
We're getting the hang of it.
Hopefully tonight we don't have any tech issues. Actually, watch that jinx it. Ugh. Anyone do some tests today?
I just did all of them. Not
Okay,
very well.
I was just asking if you took a test, not asking for a flex. I mean,
Not a flex, I guess, on majority of them, but
I was thinking of taking the Greek test today, but then I saw test and under it passage, and I was like, no. Hot.
Hi, everybody. Okay. See you all. Welcome. So we're filing in. As you're coming in, remember if you are a player to rename yourself with your state and player number in brackets, and then your name, asterisk yourself if you are of the captain variety. Okay. And Jade, you're my timer for today. Is that correct? Okay, awesome. I'm going to try to pin you. Been having some trouble with my pinned views staying on my primary screen. So for bonuses, if you could send me a message and let me know, that would be super crazy awesome. Let's see who we have in here. I've got Florida 1. And Florida 1, how do I pronounce your name?
I'd go with the Latin approach of Fefe.
Fefe. Okay, great. Thank you for helping me with that. Let's see, Florida 2, William. Florida 3, Haley. And Florida 4, Walker. Haley, I'm probably going to ask you to do me a solid. If you could rename yourself with the Arabic numeral, just so that I could keep everything parallel. I have very little bandwidth, mental
Haley,
bandwidth.
I think you're supposed to be 3.
Sorry. I appreciate that. That is a kindness that you are extending to me, and I appreciate that.
No
Okay.
problem.
Then we have Indiana 1, Vincent, Indiana 2, Luke, Indiana 3, Ella, and just the 3 Indiana players, correct?
Correct.
Awesome sauce. North Carolina 1, John Paul, North Carolina 2, Nolan, North.
there's only 2 of us.
Just the 2 of you. Okay, well, that helps. Thank you. Okay.
Does that mean everybody's here?
So it sounds like everybody's here. Are all of our workers and staff here? Groovy. I like it. And you guys are kind of started this for me, but go ahead and do a buzzer check. All the Florida people. Nito Burrito. All of the Indiana people. And the North Carolina people. Groovy. Cool. Okay, since we are all here, I will go ahead and get started with a little bit more of the pregame if my co-moderators and scorers and timer are cool with that. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for changing your names and getting yourself all set up. We did a buzzer check and a camera check. It's helpful for us if you do play with your cameras on. However, I understand if you have some lag issues, if it's easier for you to play with it off, we'll just ask you to turn your cameras on at the score checks, please. But if you can play with it on, that would be ideal, and I appreciate that. Just a reminder again that you shouldn't have any other electronic devices or books or notes or anything nearby. You can have a sheet of paper or a blank unshared doc if you need something to write on during rounds. I'll introduce myself and then have our secondary and tertiary moderators introduce themselves. My name is Sherry Dorfler, Programs and Scholastic Services Chair for the NJCL for about maybe 2 more days. And I teach in Virginia. And my other moderators?
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Hi, I'm Emily Husino. I'm a professor in Rochester.
Awesome, thank you. And then Andrew, are you posting the Boney in the chat?
I'll be posting the Boney, and Emily will be handling challenges. If coaches have challenges, they should private message them to Emily.
Yes.
Great. Yep. Okay, so thank you for private messaging those to Emily. It helps us keep the chat relatively clear, so we appreciate that too. We're just full of appreciation today. Then I would also like to introduce our scorers and our timer for today. So scorers.
All right. Hi, I'm Nikhil Ranjan. I'm from San Antonio, Texas as well, and I'll be your scorekeeper today.
Hi, I'm Laura. I teach in Dallas, Texas, and I'll be your backup scorekeeper.
Awesome, thank you. And timer?
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm from Texas as well. Good luck, everyone. I'll keep your time.
Awesome, thanks. Keep checking that Sched app for upcoming sessions and the pre-recorded colloquia and all that good stuff. Remember that you are abiding by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines. Please don't record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and also to remove a participant from Zoom for not following those guidelines or for not following the NJCL Code of Conduct. The moderating staff would like to give some clarification about pronunciation and spelling on non-language questions. If a student gives a questionable pronunciation, they may be asked to spell as specified in the NJCL Certamen Rule 12C. If the spelling offered by the student reasonably captures the correct answer, the moderator may accept it at his or her discretion. Similarly, if the student uses the chat to spell a word, because of audio difficulties, the moderator may ask the student to pronounce the word if there is a question about acceptable spelling variations. If so, the student will be expected to pronounce the word properly. If the answer is clearly incorrect when the student first answers, the moderator has the discretion to reject the answer without having to repeat or spell. And as we've been doing in all the rounds, please wait to be recognized before you answer a toss-up. Even if your name appears first on your screen, it is by my moderator screen. That's the order that we're going to take. That's how I will recognize you. So thank you for being patient with that. Please be quiet, Zoom audience, for the duration of the match with your cameras turned off. At the score checks 5, 10, and 15, you can feel free to clap using the Zoom reactions. When scores are read at 19, you can also do only the Zoom clapping. Audience members in Zoom, including my co-moderators, you are asked please to turn your cameras and microphones off until the end of the round. And I will paste the Aurelia passage. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. The Aurelia passage, so that you guys can get used to me. Here we go. Aurelia, qui orbs placebat, erat in Egypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. 30 ludos magnos Iovis in amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurrere coepit. Ehu. Again, as a reminder, please don't do anything that could be construed as consultation, including gestures, verbal or electronic communication with other players, coaches, or audience members. Please do not communicate with other players in any way other than by the Zoom or Zoom chat. Coaches, players, audience members, there should be no exclamations about consultation or rules or procedures during a question in progress. If players have a question during a toss-up, raise your hand, but preferably, like I said, because I have the timer pinned on my screen, use your voice to ask the question. Coaches, players, audience members, please also remember that the moderators have the discretion to make rulings during the rounds if there's an issue. You can also direct it to the Certamen chair, and of course, being ever so polite and respectful of our judgment in the process. My captains are marked. I believe it is Florida 1, Feifei, North Carolina 2, Nolan, and Indiana 1, Vincent. But whoever says final answer during a bonus time will be the person giving the final answer. Once time is called, the next thing that is said by a team will be considered the final answer. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a
Yeah.
question. So, if we're deferring, can we just say I defer to whatever person it is for our final answer, and then whatever they say is the final answer?
Yeah, because the next thing I hear after final answer is what I'm going to take as the final answer. So, sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to have fun in this third round. It's going to be awesome.
What are the chances that we've had you as a reader all 3 times for Indiana?
I would say that it's a 100% chance.
Yeah.
You might want to check my math on that, though.
I don't know.
We'll be getting started shortly. We're just waiting for the all clear call so that we can begin. And I should have asked, dumb question, but we all are here for the intermediate round, right? Division Round 3, yeah.
Sorry, I'm here for World Series. My bad. My bad.
Oh, okay, got it.
If you want, I can go play Novice. Like, I'm fine with that.
Too late.
Thought this was Agon, not gonna lie.
Okay. Have you guys been able to play any Agon or watch any of the Agon rounds?
Unfortunately not.
I've been playing. I'm not very good at it, but I've been playing.
Etruscan Quiz Bowl.
Agon.
That Agon chat this morning was so funny.
Do y'all think Agon is going to turn into Certamen within the next 20 years? Like with 3 levels and a major event at Nationals? Or do y'all think it's going to stay?
Definitely, if it continues next year, it'll definitely happen.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing how Certamen started, it seems oddly similar.
Yeah, I mean, it banks on a lot of things. Like, not too many schools teach Greek, so you have a whole issue of like the entire language category. How do you deal with players picking up language and stuff? I mean, it's possible. It just depends on attendance at nationals, how many teams want to sign up. But I mean, like the playing field right now is like 21 teams with 1 wild card, I want to say, and I mean, I don't know what the split of like levels for people are, but I mean, it's totally possible. It just probably needs a better foundation in terms of resources for players before it can really pick up.
It might end up combining Agon and Certamen into one category.
Luke, is that you?
One thing I think could be cool.
I fixed my audio issues. I think it's fine, right?
Okay, yeah.
I think that was Ella trying to.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your audio is a little crackly, but
Yeah, from a planning.
One category.
Sherry, we are clear to start.
Okay. Ella, I'm having trouble hearing you clearly. So I don't know if you have your camera on, if turning it off might help. But moderators, are you having difficulty hearing Ella as well?
Okay, I'll turn it off.
Okay, could you say something now?
Is this better? Is this better?
Better, but still
Better now?
laggy. So
Can you hear
better,
me?
but still laggy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to go ahead and get started, everybody. So can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to read the practice toss up first and buzz in. Okay, here we go. Practice toss up for intermediate round 3. Which of the following temples was not on or next to the Capitoline Hill? The Temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus, the Temple of Concord, Temple of Juno Moneta, Temple of Diana. Indiana 3, Ella.
Temple of Concord.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. North Carolina 1, John Paul.
Temple of Diana.
Is the correct answer, Temple of Diana. Bonus number 1 for North Carolina on the practice toss-up. On what other hill of Rome was the Temple of Diana located?
Do you know?
We got a 1 in 6 shot.
Okay. Let's just go with. Honestly, you just take a guess. I don't know.
Palatine, final answer.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's Aventine. And bonus number 2, the Temple of the Divine Augustus in Rome is located between the Capitoline and what other hill?
Okay, so what hills are next to the Capitoline Hill?
I want to say Palatine's also close to it. I don't know.
Go for it. It's a.
Yeah, Palatine. Final answer.
That is correct, Palatine. So good job on the practice toss-up. Now we will start the really real questions. Here we go. Toss-up number 1 for any player. Who was admired by Nero for his verses? Received Florida 2, William?
Nerva.
Nerva is correct. Received Ornamenta Triumphalia for suppressing the Pisonian conspiracy, attained distinction as a jurist, served as consul in 90 AD, and ultimately succeeded Domitian. Nerva is the answer that we were looking for. Bonus number 1 for
Florida, that would be.
Florida is thank you for the help. I appreciate that. On what artifacts of Nerva's reign do we find phrases such as libertas publica, salus aequitas, justitia, and concordia exercituo?
It's the Golden House. I don't know, but
I mean, that's a good. Oh, which artifacts, plural?
Yes.
Oh, it's plural.
Artifacts. Libertas publica, salus aequitas, justitia, and concordia exercitum. Concordia. I defer to William for my final answer.
The
Time. I need your answer.
Mausoleum of Nerva.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You were looking for coins.
Oh.
And bonus number 2, in order to maintain the Concordia Exercituum, what man did Nerva adopt as his heir?
Trajan.
Everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Trajan, final answer.
Trajan is correct. 15 points to Florida on toss-up number 1. Toss-up number 2 for any player. Translate into idiomatic Latin using the name Andreas for Andrew. Andrew always wakes up at dawn. Florida 1, Fefe.
Andreas semper prima luce amanescit.
Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Tentatively, I'm going to say that's incorrect. Florida, I'm going to take the next buzz from North Carolina to Nolan.
Andreas semper prima luce surgit.
That is one of the answers that we are looking for.
Do we get Befe just to type in the verb into the chat so that we have it?
Okay, I'm going to read the bony for North Carolina. We're still checking on that, Florida. Okay. Bonus number 1 for North Carolina. What is the case and use of Luca?
So it's ablative time. I don't remember. What are the ablative of time? So there's
ablative time when.
Yeah, let's go with that. Ablative of time when. Final answer.
Ablative time when is correct. 5 points to North Carolina on bonus number 1. North Carolina's bonus number 2. Now translate this sentence into Latin. Cynthia will rise within 3 hours.
Do we just use Cynthia as Cynthia?
I guess. Yeah.
Cynthia. Is that third? So surrogate, and within. That's
time, please.
Cynthia surrogate with ET. Trace or us.
Could you repeat that?
Yes. Can I just type it real quick?
Sure.
I forgot the age.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We were looking for Cynthia tribus floris surgat, or oriator, or expergiscator. And Florida, the moderators have conferred, and your verb, amanesco, doesn't appear in Lewis and Short or in the Oxford Latin Dictionary. So I wanted to let you know that. No points on bonus number 2 for North Carolina. So that means that it was a total of 15 points for North Carolina on toss-up number 2. Toss-up number 3 for any player. From what Latin word with what meaning do we derive the English word constellation? Florida 1, Fefe.
Stella meaning star.
Stella meaning star is correct. Constellation, 10 points for bonus, or for toss-up number 3 to Florida. Bonus number 1 for Florida. What derivative of a Latin word meaning star is an adjective that would describe someone who held the door open for an old grandmother?
Janitor?
No, it's stellar.
Stellar.
Wrong category. Right? Stellar means like morally upstanding, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, stellar final answer.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for the word considerate. And bonus number 2 for Florida. Give the nominative singular, genitive singular, and gender for the root of considerate.
So that's sidus datus neuter. Yeah. Can we get the genitive singular? Okay, yeah. Final answer, sidus sideris neuter.
Sidus sideris neuter is correct. 5 points. And actually, I'd like to make a change. Bonus number 1, Florida. The moderators told me that stellar is a possible acceptable answer on that. So I'm going to amend that and award bonus number 1 to you as well. So that means that Florida gets the full 20 points for toss-up number 3. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Toss-up number 4 for any player. If I could get a dividing line in there. Thanks. Okay. Toss-up number 4 for any player. Book 5 of the Iliad primarily focuses on the successes of what hero? Who? Indiana 2, Luke?
Odysseus?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. North Carolina 1, John Paul?
Diomedes.
Diomedes is the answer that we were looking for, 10 points. Of what hero who is aided by Athena in wounding two other deities, Ares and Aphrodite? Bonus number 1 for North Carolina. In Book 6 of the Iliad, after they discover an ancestral guest friendship, Diomedes exchanges armor with what Trojan warrior?
I think it's Hector. I think.
Yeah, that I think so.
Because I remember that book focused on Hector. So.
Want to go with that?
Sure.
Hector, final answer.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We were looking for Glaucus.
Oh.
And bonus number 2 for North Carolina. The Iliad says that Zeus took away Glaucus's wit, for he gave away armor of what metal in exchange for Diomedes' bronze armor?
It was gold, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Because he gave away bad armor or good armor for bad armor. So gold, final answer.
Gold is correct. 5 points, 15 points to North Carolina for question number 4. Toss up 5 for any player. Make the phrase totem corpus accusative singular. Florida 1, Fefe.
Totem corpus.
Totem corpus is correct, 10 points. Bonus number 1 for Florida. Make the phrase totem corpus dative singular.
Toti corpori, because totus is one of them special adjective. So final answer, toti corpori.
Toti corpori is correct, 5 points. Bonus number 2, make the phrase totem corpus genitive plural.
So that's totorum corporum, I believe, right? Because it's regular than genitive plural. Walker, right?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so final answer, totorum corporum.
Totorum corporum is correct. Total of 20 points to Florida on question number 5. And we'll pause for a score check.
Right. After 5 questions, Indiana has yet to score. North Carolina has 30 points and Florida has 55 points.
Great job, everybody. If you could also do a quick camera check for us if you... Okay, great. Thank you. We'll proceed to toss-up number 6. Toss-up number 6 for any player. Who worked around her inability to speak by weaving Indiana 2, Luke?
Echo.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Florida 3, Haley?
Procris.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. North Carolina 2, Nolan?
Arachne.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Her inability to speak by weaving a tapestry that informed her sister Procne of her brother-in-law's crimes. That would be Philomela. So no points to any team on toss-up number 6. Toss-up number 7. Responde Latina. Cuyus filius diadumenianus prope Antiochiam periit circa uno anno post mingentem caracalam ipse necaverat ut princeps fieret.
Can you please repeat?
Indiana 2, Luke?
Diocletian.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'll read the question. Florida 2, William?
Septimius Severus.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'll read the question one more time for North Carolina. Responde Latina. Cuyus filius diadumenianus prope Antiochiam periit circa uno anno post mingentem caracalam ipse necaverat ut princeps fieret. I've read the question twice. North Carolina 2, Nolan.
Diocletian.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for Macrini as an answer. So no points on toss-up number 7 for any team. We'll move on to toss-up number 8. Toss-up number 8 for any player. For the sentence, the Roman citizens will force all instigators of sedition out of the city, give the form of the verb pello. Florida 1, Fefe.
Pelent.
Pelent is correct. 10 points needed to translate will force. Bonus number 1 for Florida. For the sentence, speak, Fido, good boy. Translate speak using a deponent verb.
Okay, so there are two options here. I can say either like loquere or fare. But the more common one is loquor, so I'm just gonna go with that, right?
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Okay. Final answer, loquere.
That is correct. 5 points. And bonus number 2 for Florida. For the sentence, all of you will be compelled by the judge to complete your community service. What form of kogo would be needed to translate you will be compelled?
So that's like all of you will be compelled. So it's cogetus, right? Because it's second person plural feature. Okay, final answer, cogetus.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It's cogamony. 15 points to Florida on toss-up number 8. Toss-up number 9 for any player. Of the phrases ne plus ultra, pro tempore, multum in parvo, and persona non grata, which is best described by the phrase big things come in small? Florida 1, Fefe.
Paro malo.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'll read the question again for the other teams. Of the phrases ne plus ultra, pro tempore, Indiana 3, Ella.
Ne plus ultra.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. And for North Carolina, the phrases ne plus ultra, pro tempore, multum in parvo, and persona non grata. North Carolina 2, Nolan.
Multum in parvo.
Multum in parvo is correct. 10 points. Bonus number 1 for North Carolina. Of the phrases ne plus ultra, pro tempore, multum in parvo, and persona non grata, which is best described by the word perfection?
Probably ne plus ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. Ne plus ultra, final answer.
Ne plus ultra is correct, 5 points. And bonus number 2, of the phrases ne plus ultra, pro tempore, multum in parvo, and persona non grata, which is best described by the word unwelcome?
It's persona non grata. Yeah. Persona non grata, final answer.
Persona non grata is correct. So the full 20 points to North Carolina on question number 9. Toss-up number 10 for any player. Give a Latin antonym for initium. Florida 1, Fefe.
Conficium.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. Indiana 2, Luke.
Exit.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. I'll reread the question for North Carolina. Give a Latin antonym for initium. North Carolina 2, Nolan.
Exitium.
Is incorrect. We were looking for finis exitus, extremum, or terminus as answers for 10. So no points awarded for toss-up number 10. And after 10, if we could have a score check, please.
After 10 toss-ups, Team Indiana has yet to score. Team North Carolina has 50 points, and Team Florida has 70 points.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Toss-up number 11 for any team, any player. What brother of Demetrius brought about Florida 2, William?
Perseus.
Perseus is correct. Brought about Demetrius's execution by playing on the suspicions of their father Philip, ultimately leading to his succession to the throne of Macedon. 10 points to Florida. Bonus number 1 for Florida. What Pergamene king stoked the Roman suspicions of Perseus, ultimately leading to the Third Macedonian War?
I think it's Eumenes II.
Sure. I defer to William for our final answer.
Eumenes II.
That is correct. And bonus number 2 for Florida. The Romans had no trouble reading geopolitical implications into Perseus's marriage to Laodice, who was the daughter of what Eastern king?
I think it's like, is it Seleucus the Fourth? Oh wait, Seleucus the Fourth.
Wait, okay.
Seleucus the Fourth.
Wait, who's the father of Laodice? That's the question.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Seleucus the Fourth.
Okay.
Time.
I defer to William for our final answer.
Seleucus the Fourth.
Seleucus IV is correct. So 20 points to Florida on question number 11. I had pause for a second. I had conferred with my moderators on question number 10, and the moderators agree that exitium is close for the last toss-up. So I am actually going to read those two boni for Florida, correct?
North
that
Carolina.
was North Carolina.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to read those two boni for North Carolina, and then we'll move on from there. So going back to question number 10, this is for North Carolina only. For bonus number 1, give a Latin antonym for periculum.
Oh, whatever safety is. That's all I know.
Just trying to think what
Danger.
safe, secure, securus. Does that sound?
I mean, the guest worked before, so
yeah. Securus, final answer.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We could have accepted salus, tutum, incolumitas, salvatio, sanitas, or valitudo. So no points on that bonus. Bonus number 2 for North Carolina. Give a Latin antonym for laetitia.
what is that?
Is it anything about being happy? I don't know. Is that happiness?
I think so, yeah.
So,
So,
what?
miser.
So, Tristitia, maybe? You want to go with that?
Time, please. I need an answer.
Tristitia, final answer?
Could you repeat that?
I'll type it.
Okay. That is correct. Sorry, you just I couldn't hear you for a second. Okay, Tristitia is correct. We also would have accepted Mystatia dolor or Tristituto. So 15 points to North Carolina for the toss-up and bonus number 2 on question number 10. Thank you guys for being patient. So could we do an updated score check?
Yes. So before going into the 11th and 12th toss-up, Indiana has yet to score. North Carolina has 65 points, and Florida has 70 points.
Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I think we had 90, counting the last question that we did.
Yes, correct. I was just calling after 10.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, okay, we are on toss-up 12 for any player. Translate the following sentence into English. Atalanta est femina quae quam omnes calarius currere possit. Florida 1, Feifei.
Atalanta is the kind of woman who can run more quickly than all.
That is correct. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Great job.
Okay, thank you. Yes, 10 points to Florida on toss-up number 12. Bonus number 1 for Florida. Translate this sentence. Cum Atalanta calerima esset, aliquis tamen eam superavit.
Okay.
Can we please have a pace?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Fast. Someone. Yeah.
Time?
Okay, so for my final answer is, although Atalanta was very fast, someone defeated her nevertheless.
That is correct. 5 points on bonus number 1. Bonus number 2. Translate this sentence. Si super eris ab Atalanta caput tuum sit remoturum positurum qua supra hastam.
Okay, so super. So if you should be overcome by Atalanta, your head shall be removed and placed over a spear.
Yep.
Nice. So for my final answer, if you should be overcome by Atalanta, your head would be removed and would be put over a spear.
1 second. We're checking. While we're checking, I think I'm going to go on and read question number 13. Okay, so sit tight on that bonus number 2 while we chat.
I'm sorry, I can only chat with one of you at a time.
Okay. Toss up 13 for any player. What type?
Sorry, I buzzed before the question started. Sorry.
I'll start the question. Toss up 13 for any player. What type of animal so frightened Bacchus? North Carolina 2, Nolan?
Elephant?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Florida 3, Haley?
The cattle of Apollo.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
The cattle of Apollo.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'll keep reading for Indiana. What type of animal so frightened Bacchus that he lost his stammer, ravaged Catherion until being killed by Alcathous, was part of the chimera together with a goat and a snake, and terrorized Nemea before being strangled? Indiana 2, Luke?
A lion.
Lion is correct. 10 points to Indiana on toss-up number 13. Bonus number 1 for Indiana. Others say that Heracles killed the Kithaeronean lion because it had ravaged the flocks of what man? His stepfather.
Oh, come on. Starts with an A. Oh, it's like I can't remember.
Ella, do you have any ideas?
No.
I need your answer, please.
I know the Nemean lion, but
Aegis Thuron. I don't know, something like that.
I defer to Luke.
Aegis Thuron.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is Amphitryon. And bonus number 2 for Indiana. Apollo fell in love with what woman when he saw her wrestling a lion on Mount Pelion?
I should definitely know this. I don't think it's Daphne. No, Clemenii, I think. Clemenii?
Clemenii?
That sounds right. I think that sounds right. Right, Ella?
was it a Seville?
Time? But answer, please.
Clemenii.
Final answer.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for Cyrene. So no points on that bonus. 10 points total to Indiana on toss-up 13. And the moderators said that for toss-up 12 bonus 2, we are going to accept over. So that is 5 points to, was that Florida?
I think
5 points to Florida on that toss-up. So thank you for being patient. Okay, toss-up 14 for any player. Which of these provinces was the farthest east? Epirus, Galatia, Judea, Numidia, or Rhaetia? North Carolina 2, Nolan?
Judea?
Judea is correct. Bonus number 1 for North Carolina. Which Roman emperor renamed Judea to Syria Palestina?
Was it Marcus Aurelius that had the thing, or was it like Hadrian that had the thing within like Judea?
It's either one of those. I think it was Marcus.
I think it's Marcus Aurelius too. Want to go with that?
Time?
Marcus Aurelius, final answer.
Sorry, that's incorrect. It's Hadrian. Bonus number 2 for North Carolina. Put the provinces Epirus, Galatia, Judea, Numidia, and Rhaetia in order, progressing from farthest west to farthest east.
Oh, good lord.
Judea is gonna be at the end.
Yeah. Numidia is somewhere is in Africa.
Okay.
I don't know where the other ones are. Do you want to go? Let's see. Galatia, Rhaetia, Epirus.
Time, I need an answer.
Oh, okay. Galatia, Epirus, Rhaetia, Numidia, Judea.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is Numidia, Rhaetia, Epirus, Galatia, Judea. So no points on the second bonus. 10 points total to North Carolina on toss-up number 14. Toss-up number 15 for any player. Complete the following analogy. Conor is to Conari as Florida 1, Fefe.
Interstari.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. I'll keep reading the question for the other two teams. Complete the following analogy. Conor is to Conari as intersum is to blank. North Carolina 2, Nolan.
I'm going to type it.
Inter esse is correct. 10 points to North Carolina. Bonus number 1. Complete the following analogy. Conor is to conatum esse as frango is to blank.
We fractum essay. Oh wait, no. It's deponent, so oh god. That's just perfect, right?
Yeah,
one.
Time, I need an answer.
Fracti.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Fregissa.
Oh.
And bonus number 2 for North Carolina. Complete the following analogy. Conor is to Conara as Duco is to blank.
Can you put it in the chat? All right, thank you. All right.
Oh, Ducere.
No, it's Duke.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah.
Time.
Duke.
Duke is correct. 5 points, 15 points to North Carolina on toss-up 15, and we'll pause for score check.
Right after 15 questions, Indiana has 10 points, North Carolina has 90 points, and Florida has 110 points.
Excellent. Camera check. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, toss-up 16 for any player. Responde Latina. Cuyus oculi in cauda pavonis positi sunt a unona.
Can you repeat that?
I'll reread the question. Responde Latina. Cuyus oculi in cauda pavonis. North Carolina 2, Nolan.
Argus.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. Indiana 2, Luke.
Phineas.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Florida 1, Fefe.
Pine.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. We were looking for Argy for an answer for 16. So no points on toss-up 16 for any team. We'll move on to 17. Toss-up 17 for any player. In round 1, we asked you about the English word repugnant. What synonym of repugnant is a derivative of a Latin word meaning taste? Florida 1, Faithhead?
Recusatory.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Indiana 2, Luke?
Repulsive.
I'm sorry, that is also incorrect. Repeat the question for North Carolina. North Carolina 2, Nolan?
Disgusting.
Disgusting is correct, 10 points. Bonus number 1. What synonym of disgusting is a derivative of a Latin word meaning roll?
Oh, wait.
So it's from Wolwo.
Yeah. Volatile?
Oh, definitely. Probably. Yeah, let's go with that. Volatile, final answer.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. We were looking for revolting.
Oh.
And bonus number 2. What synonym of revolting is a derivative of horreo, a Latin word meaning to bristle?
Horrid.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of from horreo.
Yeah.
Okay. Horrid, final answer.
Pause for 1 second, please. I might go on and read toss-up 18 while my moderators check on that for us. So let's go on in the interest of time. Toss-up 18 for any player. In death, what pair of brothers became Florida 3, Haley?
Castor and Pollux.
Castor and Pollux is correct. Became either the constellation Gemini or became St. Elmo's fire if one ignores the rumors that they spent alternate days on Olympus and in Hades. Castor and Pollux. Bonus number 1 for Florida. Polydeuces was originally immortal, like what sister of his, who is sometimes called a daughter of Zeus and Nemesis?
Helen.
Everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Helen, final answer?
Helen is correct. Bonus number 2 for Florida is Castor was originally mortal, like what sister of his, the mother of Origone and Chrysothemis? I'm sorry, Chrysothemis.
Clytemnestra.
I'll defer to Haley for our final answer.
Clytemnestra. Final answer.
That is correct. So full 20 points to Florida on question number 18. Toss-up 19 for any player. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice. Then responde latine to the questions that follow. Lacerta sibi putavit. Etiam plus cibi me expectat in domo ilius ursae. Maxima cum difficultate lacerta se lavavit, e flumine, et ursam secuta est. Avida magnam canam edera. Nescivit autem ursulos a patre urso servari, et patrem in animo habere, aliquid edere tantum quam lacertam. I'll reread the passage. Lacerta sibi putavit, etiam plus cibi me expectat in domo ilius ursae, maxima cum difficultate lacerta se levavit e flumine, et ursam secuta est, avida magnam canam edere. Nescivit autem ursulos a patra urso servari, et patrem in animo habere aliquid edere tantum quam lacertam. The question: Quomodo lacerta, Florida 1, Fefe?
Maxima cum difficultate.
That is correct. Quomodo lacerta e flumine se levavit, and maxima cum difficultate is correct. And bonus number 1 for Florida. Cor lacerta ursam secuta est.
Okay, so quod quod edere canam volebat, right? Quod edere canam ursae volebat, right?
I need an answer, please.
Quod edere canam ursae volebat.
Give me 1 second, please. Checking on that answer, and yes, I'll accept that. 5 points on bonus number 1 for Florida. Bonus number 2 for Florida. Quem non expectabat lacerta.
Ursum, right? It's the he bear, father of the younger bears, right? Okay.
Yes.
Ursum, final answer.
That is correct. 5 points, so 20 points total on 19 for Florida. We are going to accept horrid as an answer for 17, bonus number 2. So if the scorekeepers could make note of that, award the 5 points, please, for bonus number 2 on 17. Okay, and that's the end of 19. So we'll do our penultimate score check for the round.
All right, before going into the 20th toss-up, Indiana has 10 points, North Carolina has 105 points, and Florida has 150 points.
Okay, great job, everybody. Camera check. Okay, final toss-up for any player. According to Livy, what king's reign included building projects such as draining the area North Carolina 2?
Ancus Marcus.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Indiana 2?
Tarquinius Priscus.
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. 10 points to Indiana. Bonus number 1 to Indiana. Who was Priscus's wife, who predicted his kingship and ensured the reign of his successor?
I think it was Tarquinia or something like, I'm pretty sure it's Tarquinia.
Tarquinia? It might have been. That sounds familiar.
That was one of the king's wives. I think it was his. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Tarquinia.
Right.
I know Tarquinia was the daughter of Tarquinius.
Time. I need your answer, please.
Tarquinia, final answer.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It was Tanaquil. And bonus number 2, who was this successor who brought the sons of Ancus Marcius to justice before it was revealed that Priscus was dead?
Guy who came after Tarquinius.
Oh, then
Ancus Marcius.
Sirius Tullus.
Sirius Tullius?
Sirius Tullus. That was his successor. Yeah.
Sirius Tullus, final answer.
I am sorry, that is incorrect. Give me 1 second, please. Give me 1 more second, please. Just conferring with my moderators. Okay. The moderators and I all heard Servius Tullus, so we're not going to accept your answer for bonus number 2 because it's Servius Tullius. So no points on bonus number 2. That means 10 points total to, what was that, North Carolina?
Indiana.
I'm sorry, my bad. 10 points total on question 20 to Indiana. So at the end of round 3, final score check.
All right, so after 20 toss-ups, I have Indiana with 20 points, North Carolina with 105 points, and Florida with 150 points.
Okay, awesome round, everybody. I want to thank everybody for a great round 3. And we are going to paste in the chat right now the spreadsheet so that you can see how your favorite teams are doing. I also would very much like to thank my co-moderators and also our support staff, scorers, and timer. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for making this an enjoyable round to read. And congratulations on a great round. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
You're very welcome, everybody.
Jerry, you're headed somewhere. Is that right?
Yeah, I am. So I'm headed on out. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your help. It was nice to have somebody to bounce questions off of. You scurried, so thank you very much.
Gary.
Thank you.
Okay, take care, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. All right, welcome. Please rename yourselves as you have grown accustomed to doing. And I have a replacement bonus for Georgia. So Georgia team, if you can let me know when your whole team is here, I can report that in and we can read that replacement bonus from the last round.
I think everyone is here.
Sorry, what was that?
I think our whole team is here.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay. There's all of you. And let's see, Florida, you're all here. Looks like it. And then for Ohio, I see 1, 3, and 4, and an alternate. Are we waiting on player 2?
He's here. He just needs to rename. That's Jimmy.
Okay, so at some point I'm going to get the signal that I can read the replacement bonus. The reason we have to wait is that 4 different teams get that bonus. But I'm going to go through the all the other pregame stuff we need to do since everybody's here. So, can I do a camera check? Just all the players who are playing, if you would turn on your cameras for the pregame, and then you can turn them off once we start. Of course, during semifinals, you will be expected to keep them on. So, hi, I'm Andrew. I'll be your moderator today. And with me, the backup moderator is Emily Husino. I think she stepped away from her computer for a second, but coaches, if you have a challenge to raise, please send that in a private message to Emily and she will take care of it. And then also timing, we have the wonderful Jade Ross, and scoring, we've got Ms. Laura Hudek. And gonna read this thing for you. Keep checking the Sched app for upcoming sessions. Don't forget that many colloquia are pre-recorded and you can listen to them at any time. By participating in this session, you are agreeing to abide by the NJCL Code of Conduct and the guidelines which I will go over. Do not record any audio or video without express permission. The moderator and the tech assistant have the authority to remind participants of the guidelines and to remove a participant from Zoom for not following the guidelines and/or the NJCL Code of Conduct. Okay, at this time, I've got the go-ahead to read Georgia that replacement bonus. So, Georgia team, this is a bonus for you. Which of the following words, if any, is not derived from the same Latin word? Jeopardy, opportunity, portion, depart, party.
I
think it's opportunity.
I think it's what are do you think it's Jeopardy?
I think from Pars. And then opportunity is from Porta.
What do you think it is?
Opportunity.
Answer, please.
Okay, opportunity, final answer.
Opportunity is correct. Let me just report that since it goes on a different score sheet that we don't have here. All right, and I'll continue with the pregame now that we've got that out of the way. So I'm going to remind you to wait until recognized in order to answer a toss-up. As you know well by now, just because your name pops up at the top on your screen doesn't mean it's at the top on my screen. Audience, please stay muted and have your videos off. use the clap emoji to clap at the score checks. And then you'll be invited to turn on your cameras and audio if you want at the end of the round to give congratulations or raise any issues that you haven't already private messaged to Emily. We are now going to do the Aurelia passage, which I will find. Oh, we've got it. All right, so I'm going to read that for you. Aurelia, cui urbs placebat, erat in Aegypto cum familia sua ingenti et equo suo. Tredecim ludos magnos Iovis amphitheatro Alexandriae spectabant. Tandem hic equus iratus domum recurrere coipit. Eheu. All right. I'm going to remind you not to do anything that could be construed as consultation. Even though we're further apart, it's actually easier for you to see all of your teammates during a toss-up since you don't have to turn your head and look at them. They're all here on your screen. So don't do anything that I might see as something that's signaling your teammates. And of course, don't, all talk during the toss-up. That's still not allowed. Except when you've buzzed and you're answering or you're asking a question. Can I see captains? Are you all marked? Cool. And I'm going to remind you to say final answer on your bony. But of course, if I've called time and then the first thing somebody says, I'm going to accept that as your final answer because it's time you need to be answering. Are there any questions? Okay, we got through that pretty expeditiously, so we're gonna just wait for the go ahead. So if you were holding back your question because it was a silly question, it's okay, you can ask it because we've got time. Or not. Oh yeah, and if you don't want to have your camera on, it's okay now to turn it off until score checks when I'll ask you to turn them back on. Oh, that's a good point. We did not do a buzzer check. Everybody buzz in real quick. All right. Everybody's buzzers work.
It's like a little swarm of bees in our comments.
It's almost like that book of the Georgics. But we've got the go ahead and we can start. So, toss up number, oh no, wait, not toss up number one. First, I will read you a practice question for no points. This does not necessarily reflect the difficulty of the tournament or the round. Toss up. On November 9th, 63 BC, what speech of Cicero? Robert.
In Catilinam 1.
I'm sorry, in Catilinam 1 is not correct. On November 9th, 63 BC, what speech of Cicero was delivered from the rostrum ad populum? Ohio for Will.
Pro Morena.
Sorry, Pro Morena is not correct. Georgia 1, Arvind.
Pro Roschio Amarino.
Sorry, Pro Roschio Amarino is not correct. Robert was the closest. This is the second Catilinarian, which was delivered ad populum shortly after the first Catilinarian was delivered ad senatum. So, no points on the sample toss-up, but it's okay. You wouldn't have gotten points anyway. So, toss-up number 1 for all teams. Who led the Senate to reject Tiberius Gracchus's treaty, saving the army of Gaius Hostilius Mancinus when it had been trapped by the Numantines, then himself captured the city of Numantia in Ohio for Will?
Scipio Aemilianus.
Scipio Aemilianus is correct. Then himself captured the city of Numantia in 133 BC. Bonus 1 for Ohio. Some have supposed that Tiberius Gracchus undertook his land reform bills in part to take revenge on Scipio by taking control of the very land Scipio would need for his veterans. Gracchus had also appointed a political archenemy of Scipio Aemilianus to the Land Commission. Who was this?
Does anybody have any ideas?
No. Any guess?
Anybody know anybody from that time period who seems right?
Answer, please.
No answer.
Okay. What we were looking for was Claudius Pulcher, Appius Claudius Pulcher. Bonus 2, Tiberius himself, of course, was killed when he tried to run for re-election. Who led the mob of senators that killed Tiberius Gracchus?
I think this was Nasica.
Yes, Scipio Nasica.
All right, Scipio Nasica, final answer.
Scipio Nasica is correct. That is 15 points for Ohio on toss-up number 1. Toss-up 2 for all teams. Translate into English. Ad ventus sociorum saluti fessis Romanis fuit. Sarah, Georgia 4, Sarah. I need you to complete your answer. I'm sorry, that's not correct. Florida 1, Anya.
Oh, sorry. The arrival of the friends is a greeting for the tired Romans.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. So I will repeat for Ohio. Translating to English, ad ventus sociorum saluti fessis Romanis fuit. Ohio for Will.
The arrival of the Allies has been a greeting to the tired Romans.
There's several things we're checking on. So let me give you what we were looking for, what we have on the page. The arrival of the Allies, friends is fine, was a salvation or safety or health for the tired Romans. And has been is fine for Fuit, but is in the wrong tense. And so.
So can you repeat the answer on the page?
Yeah, the arrival of their allies was a salvation for the tired Romans. So from Georgia, we got help for saluti, and from Ohio afterwards, we got greeting. So we're looking at both of
would help not like be kind of would help not work there.
We're looking at it. It's, I mean, they're not synonymous. So greeting definitely is a meeting of solace. But we need to check on help so that we don't give the bony to the wrong team since Georgia answered first. Okay, this is going to be fun. So Emily is going to go with the Georgia team into one breakout room. And then I'm going to take the Ohio team into another breakout room, and both teams are going to get the bony. And this is my first time creating breakout rooms, so you're in good hands. Okay, so wait, I don't, oh, there's Ohio too. Okay, and me, how do I assign myself there? Okay, you should have an invitation to breakout rooms. And I'll be back in just a second. Okay, we had a comedy of errors and I kicked myself out. So, and now I can't join the breakout room that has the Ohio team in it because I can't assign myself to a breakout room. And so what we're gonna do is wait for Emily, who has that privilege, to come back, and she'll assign me to the breakout room. I'm sorry that this is not going as smoothly as we hoped.
Just a thought. Is there any way that you can bring them just into the main room? Then they can answer. Since we're not answering anyways.
Hey, Emily, I accidentally left the meeting instead of assigning myself to the breakout room, and I made you host. Could you assign me to the other breakout room?
Yes, give me a second. How do I do that?
Under breakout rooms on the bottom. Or if you want, you could make me.
I see. Okay. All right. So I assign you to breakout room 1.
Whichever one has the Ohio team in it.
No, 2. Okay. Did that work? Okay. The joys of technology. All right.
All right, we're back. Emily,
Andrew, are you there?
here. Okay.
And you are host again.
Awesome. I'm sure I won't abuse that power or misuse it in any way again, like I just did. I guess abuse is the wrong word. Just fail. Anyway, we've got, so right now we're going to assign the points to Georgia. So Georgia has got how many points on toss-up 2? That was your room, Emily.
Georgia got 5 points.
Okay, so 15 points for Georgia is what we're going to record on the score sheet. If we overturn that, it would be 15 points for Ohio. So it was, it's 15 points one way or the other. Right now it's going for Georgia. All right. So, toss-up number 3 for all teams. What name is shared by related Megarians, a general whose daughter Endeus married Iacchus, and an outlaw who compelled travelers to wash their feet? Georgia 3, Kaya.
Skyron.
Chiron is correct. Then push them off a cliff into the jaws of a sea turtle. Skyron, bonus 1. What pair, the sons of Aeacus and Endeus, killed their half-brother Phocus at their mother's request?
Okay, so one of them is Peleus. So do you guys know the brother of Peleus?
No.
Okay.
I defer to Georgia 3.
Peleus and Anxious.
Sorry, Peleus and Anxious are not correct. Well, Peleus was correct. Telamon is the other. Bonus 2. Theseus killed Skyron the outlaw while traveling to Athens from what city?
Was it like Argos?
Should I go with Argos?
The worst case scenario.
Okay, so final answer, Argos.
Sorry, Argos is not correct. The answer is Troezen. So that is 10 points for Georgia on toss-up 3. Toss-up number 4 for all teams. The duel between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr is the climactic moment of the musical Hamilton. From what noun with what meaning do we... Georgia 1, Arvind.
Moans Mountain.
Moans Mountain is not correct. Florida 1, Anya. Answer, please.
Clematis shouting.
Sorry, Clematis shouting is not correct. Ohio 4, Will.
Clamor shout.
Sorry, clamor shout is not correct. So the full question, from what Latin noun with what meaning do we derive the noun duel? And the answer is bellum, meaning war. So no points on toss-up 4. Toss-up number 5 for all teams. Aelius Stylo and Varro Riatinus. Florida 4, Robert.
Plautus.
Plautus is correct. Wrote on the authenticity of works attributed to what author of Rudane's Poinillus Mostellaria and 18 other comedies? It's Plautus. Bonus 1 for Florida. Volcacius Sedigatus ranked Plautus second among 10 comedic playwrights. Which comedic playwright, who was the author of Ploecium, was ranked first by Sedigatus?
Caecilius Statius.
Yeah.
Caecilius Statius, yes.
Yep.
Caecilius Statius, final answer.
Caecilius Statius is correct. And bonus 2. What writer of Fabulae Poliatae entitled Caupuncula and Pancratiastes was ranked last by Sedigatus?
Ennius.
Ennius.
Yeah.
Yep. Ennius, final answer.
Ennius is correct. That's 20 points for Florida on toss-up 5. And after 5, let's have everyone turn on their cameras for the score check.
And at 5 questions, the score stands at Florida with 20 points, Georgia with 25 points, and Ohio with 15 points.
All right. Toss-up 6 for all teams. Listen carefully to the following Latin passage, which I will read twice. Then responde Latine to the questions which follow. Bos in Sabinis nata quidam patri familiae dicatur miranda magnitudine ac specie. Fixa per multas aetates cornua in vestibulo templi Dianae monumentum ei fuere miraculo. And I'm repeating the passage. Bos in Sabinis nata quidam patri familiae dicatur miranda magnitudine ac specie. Fixa per multas aetates cornua in vestibulo templi Dianae monumentum ei fuere miraculo. And the question, cur, Florida 4, Robert.
Magnitudine ac specie.
Magnitudine ac specie are correct. Cur haec bos miranda est. Bonus 1 for Florida. Ubi erant cornua huius bovis multas aetates.
Vestibulo templi Dianae?
Yeah.
Or just in vestibulo?
Just say in vestibulo.
In vestibulo, final answer.
I need more information.
In vestibulo templi Dianae, final answer.
In vestibulo templi Dianae is correct. Bonus 2. Cur cornua ibi fixa sunt?
It's because they were like miraculous.
Yeah, it is said.
What's like the adjectival form of like miraculum? Or like, I don't know.
I don't know. Monumentum ei fuere miraculo. Final answer.
I'm thinking. Can you type your answer just so we have it to look at? So yes, that's correct. I just, because of the rephrasing, I just wanted to make sure it answered the question, and we believe it does. What we're looking for is ut monumentum ei miraculo or something like that, but you gave it in a complete sentence that answered the question, so we're good. And I'm sorry for taking so long on that one. So 20 points for Florida on toss-up 6. Toss-up 7 for all teams. What type of animal killed a child who was laid on a bed of Florida 4, Robert?
Snake.
Snake is correct. Killed a child who was laid on a bed of parsley for safekeeping, filled the bridal chamber of Admetus and Alcestis, guarded the original shrine at Delphi before being killed by Apollo, and replaced the hair of Medusa. Bonus 1 for Florida. Name the child who was laid on a bed of parsley for safekeeping by his nurse, Hypsipyle.
Opheltes.
Opheltes. Yes.
Yeah.
Opheltes, final answer.
Opheltes is correct. And bonus 2, name the serpentine guardian of the original shrine at Delphi, who was killed by Apollo.
Python.
Python, yeah.
Python. Python, final answer.
Python is correct. 20 points for Florida on toss-up 7. Toss-up number 8 for all teams. What author's religious views were so strict that he wrote Georgia 1 Arvind?
Augustine.
Sorry, Augustine is not correct. Florida 4 Robert.
So Tertullian.
Tertullian is correct. That he wrote a De Corona, claiming military service as incompatible with the Christian faith, and a De Spectaculis, discouraging Christians from taking part in theatrical spectacles, and converted to a strict non-Orthodox sect known as Montanism. It's Tertullian. Bonus 1 for Florida. What work of Tertullian, written in 197 AD, was written in the form of a speech addressed to governors of the provinces which sought to defend Christians from the attacks of pagans?
I think it is called Apologeticum. Catherine, is it Apologeticus or Apologeticum?
I think it's cum.
Okay.
Apologeticum, final answer.
That's correct. I also could have taken Apologeticus. Bonus 2. What other Christian apologists' series of 81 letters provides information on the nature of life in Africa Proconsularis and the persecutions occurring in Christian communities during the 3rd century AD?
So I want to say Cyprian.
Yeah, that's what I'm wanting to say too, but I don't know.
Cyprian's right.
Cyprian. Okay. Cyprian, final answer.
Cyprian is correct. That is 20 points for Florida on toss-up 8. Toss-up number 9 for all teams. Give the Latin word which means in the works of. Florida 1, Anya.
Apud.
Apud is correct. In the works of or in the presence of. It's apud. Bonus 1 for Florida. What other Latin word as a preposition means in the presence of and as an adverb means face to face?
Just like
Coram.
Yeah, coram.
Coram, final answer.
Coram is correct. And bonus 2. What Latin adverb means duly or according to custom?
I mean, we could just do something like more.
I maybe.
Maybe, but that's like rightly. But we might be able to.
Yeah, just say what you said.
Rite, final answer.
Say it again, please.
Rite.
Rite is correct. 20 points for Florida on toss-up number 9. Toss-up 10 for all teams. Responde aut Anglicae aut Latine. Quem Diocletianus nominavit Herculeum Augustum? Responde, Florida 4, Robert.
Maximian.
Maximian is correct. Bonus 1 for Florida. Responde Latine. In qua provincia habitavit Diocletianus postquam abdicavit?
Tyler, where did Diocletian live after he abdicated?
It's Salona. It's in modern Croatia.
So what is that? Wait, which province is that though?
I don't know.
Is that like Pannonia or something? What?
Answer, please.
What do you want? I defer to Robert.
Pannonia, final answer.
I'm sorry, we're looking for in Dalmatia, or just Dalmatia with a long A. Bonus 2. Responde Latine. Quale aedificium maximum Constantinos finivet inter arcum Titi et forum?
So what huge building did he finish?
Between the arch, is it like a what kinds? Like was it a basilica?
Is it the Basilica maxensis?
Yeah, we don't need. We just need to say what kinds of basilica. I think.
Please.
Basilica. Final answer.
Say it again, please.
Basilica. Final answer.
I'm sorry, I need basilicum because it's accusative in the sentence, and we needed a Latin answer. So that's 10 points for Florida on toss-up 10, and let's have everyone turn on their cameras for the score check.
And at a midway point, the score stands at Florida with 110, Georgia with 25 points, and Ohio with 15 points.
All right, toss-up 11 for all teams. What author of the Silver Age, who was given the epithet Rate, Florida 4, Robert?
Rate.
Answer, please.
Pliny.
I'm sorry, Pliny is not correct. I will start over for the other two teams. What author of the Silver Age, who was given the epithet Rhetor, gives us insight into the types of exercises practiced in schools of rhetoric in his Georgia 1, Arvind?
Cicero.
Cicero is not correct. Ohio 4, Will.
Quintilian.
I'm sorry, Quintilian is not correct. The work is Oratorum et Rhetorum Sententiae Divisiones Colores, and the answer is Seneca the Elder. So, no points on toss-up 11. Let's try toss-up 12. Who inhabited Okalei and married Amphitrion's widow, Alcmene? Georgia 3, Kaya. I need you to unmute.
Rhadamanthus.
Say it again.
Rhadamanthus.
Rhadamanthus is correct. Married Amphitrion's widow Alcmene after fleeing his native Crete, where he had established a great reputation as a lawgiver. It's Rhadamanthus. Bonus 1 for Georgia. Because of this reputation, Rhadamanthus was made one of the judges of the dead, where he served alongside what brother of his?
Minus, right?
Minus.
Or
Okay. So you said minus, M-I-N-O-S?
Yeah.
All right, so minus, final answer.
Minos is correct. And bonus 2. What native of Oinone was traditionally considered the third judge of the dead?
I'm pretty sure it's Iacchus.
Iacchus.
Really?
Wait, who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? Please. I'm not confident.
I thought it started with an S, but I mean, I trust you more than me, so.
Oh, yeah. Sarpinus.
Iacchus, final answer.
Iacchus is correct.
Okay.
20 points for Georgia on toss-up 12. Toss-up 13 for all teams. What Latin phrase, which is similar in form to amari usque ad mare, might someone use in order to say that an evening was one? Georgia 1, Arvind.
Ab ovo usque ad mala.
Ab ovo usque ad mala is correct. That an evening was wonderful from beginning to end, and is equivalent to the English turn of phrase from soup to nuts. Bonus 1 for Georgia. Amari usque ad mare is the national motto of what country?
Canada, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my buzzer wasn't working on that question.
Right. Canada, final answer.
Canada is correct. Bonus 2, what Latin phrase serves as a reminder not to say anything bad about the dead?
Ne mortui nil nisi bonum.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. My chat isn't working.
Oh, is that, you guys agree with that?
De mortui. De, not ne.
De mortui. All right, okay, final answer, de mortui nil nisi bonum.
Can you say your second word again?
Mortui.
Mortuis. Mortuis.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. It's what she said. Mortuis nil nisi bonum. So 15 points for Georgia on toss-up 13.
Wait, excuse me. My I can't buzz for some reason.
Can you receive chats?
Yeah.
But you can't send chats?
Yeah, or like I can't.
Do you see the text box grayed out, or you still type in it? But
I still have the buzz loaded, but it's like not. Okay, I could respond to the private chat.
Yeah, yeah, that worked.
Okay, now it's working. It's working.
Okay. Cool. All right. So toss up 14. Can we get another line? Yeah, thank you. Toss up 14 for all teams. What river divided Cisalpine Gaul into northern and Georgia 2, Joey? The Po River is correct. Into northern and southern regions and is today Italy's longest. It's the Po. Bonus 1 for Georgia. What river located in southern Gaul started in the Alps and flowed into the Mediterranean near Arles?
Do you know, Joey?
It's not the Danube or the Rhine, so
it's not. Okay.
I don't think so. 'Cause I think the Rhine goes to the north, like goes up by Britain. Maybe it's the Seine, but that's a guess. I don't know.
If there's no other guesses, we should just go with it.
Okay.
Seine?
Yeah, Seine.
Seine River, final answer.
I'm sorry, the Seine is not correct. This is the Rhone, or Rhodanus in Latin. Bonus 2, what river ran through the provinces of Rhaetia, Noricum, Pannonia, and Moesia?
I think this is the Danube.
The Danube?
I think it is, yeah.
All right, so the Danube River, final answer.
The Danube River is correct. That's 15 points for Georgia on toss-up 14. Toss-up 15 for all teams. Translate the two verb forms wexy and weeksy. Florida 1, Anya.
Lexi, I carried. Weeksy, I lived.
That's correct. Wexy is I carried and weeksy is I lived. Bonus 1 for Florida. Translate the two verb forms quise and quiesce.
So, quiesce is just to have been silent, I think. Quise is to have been able.
Yeah, and then quiesce is to have been, well, to have
or is it from quiesce?
rested? Is it like to have rested or something? Or?
Quise to have been able, quiesce to have rested.
That's correct. To have been able and to have rested, respectively. Bonus 2. Translate the two verb forms peperi and pepuli.
So peperi is from pario, right?
Yeah, and then
from Pello.
Yeah.
So I begot.
I mean, yeah. Well, like,
and I struck.
Yeah.
Answer, please.
I begot and I struck, respectively. Final answer.
I begot is correct. We need to do a quick check on strike. What I have is drive or driven or pushed. But I have strike here. So yes, we're taking struck. So that is 20 points for Florida on toss at 15. And after 15, let's check the score.
After 15, the score stands at Florida with 130 points, Georgia with 75 points, and Ohio with 15 points.
All right, toss up 16 for all teams. What author of the 1st century BC gives us a rich account of his friend Atticus's character? Georgia 1, Arvind.
Cicero.
Sorry, Cicero is not correct. Ohio 4, Will.
Varro.
Sorry, Varro is not correct. For Florida only. What author of the 1st century BC gives us a rich account of his friend Atticus's character, literary interests, and political attitudes in his work of at least 16 books that contains biographical sketches of Romans, Greeks, and foreigners? Florida 4, Robert.
Cornelius Nepos.
Cornelius Nepos is correct. Bonus 1 for Florida. The only remnants of Cornelius Nepos's De Viris Illustribus are one book on foreign military leaders and part of another book containing the lives of Latin historians, of which only 2 biographies remain. One of these biographies is the biography of Atticus, which Latin historian is the subject of the other biography?
So it's and then a life of wait, is it Kate? Is it Cato? I say Cato the Elder. I can't remember.
Cato the Elder.
Okay. Yeah.
Cato the Elder is correct. Bonus 2, what poet dedicated his libellos of poetry to Cornelius Nepos?
Catullus.
Catullus, yes. Catullus, final answer.
Catullus is correct. That's 20 points for Florida on toss-up 16. Toss-up 17 for all teams. Say in Latin, it's hailing. Florida 4, Robert.
Grandinat.
Grandinat is correct. Bonus 1 for Florida. Say in Latin, I'm tired of the work.
So, pine tet me
laboris. Yeah, me pinetet laboris.
Yeah. Me pinetet laboris, final answer.
No, I'm sorry. You said I'm sorry for the work. We were looking for me tidet laboris. Or
okay.
Bonus 2, say in Latin, he regrets his mistakes.
We do. That's pinetet, no?
Yeah, so
aum
pine.
Or do we use say? No, aum, right?
Wait, no, but like it is regretful to him. I
think.
Wait, I don't know. I guess you can.
Answer, please.
Aum pinetet errorum.
That's correct. That's 15 points for Florida on toss-up 17. Toss-up 18 for all teams. Cuius arcu sagitisque usus est philoctetes ut paridem o Georgia 4, Sarah.
Hercules.
Sorry, Hercules is not correct. Ohio 3, Matthew.
Poios.
Sorry, Poios is not correct. I'm going to repeat for Florida. Responde Latine. Cuius arcu sagitisque usus est philoctetes ut paridem occideret. I've now read it twice. I'm going to call adequate Anya, Florida 1.
Hercule.
Sorry, Herculei is not correct. We were looking for a Latin genitive, which is Herculis. So no points on toss-up 18. Toss-up 19 for all teams. Give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. Complaints will Florida 4, Robert.
Prosunto.
Sorry, prosunto is not correct. I will start over for the other two teams. Give the form of prosum that will appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. Complaints will not benefit us now. Ohio 4 will.
Proderunt.
Proderunt is correct. The sentence was complaints will not benefit us now. Bonus 1 for Ohio. Give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. He ate so much pie that it benefited him to lie down.
Okay. So it would be, it's the same time. So it would be imperfect, right? Okay, so it would be proesset. Prodesset.
Prodesset. All right. Prodesset. Final answer.
Prodesset is correct. And bonus 2. Give the form of prosum that would appear in a Latin translation of this sentence. I'm asking how this benefited us.
So it's present, but we want past. So you go to perfect, I believe. So proderimus.
Answer, please.
Proderimus. Final answer.
Sorry, proderimus is not correct. We were looking for profuerit, which is the perfect subjunctive. So 15 points for Ohio on toss-up 19. And before the final toss-up, let's check on the score.
The score after 19 questions stands at Florida with 165 points, Georgia with 75 points, and Ohio with 30 points.
All right. Toss-up 20 for all teams. Political life moves in mysterious ways. Name the wealthy man of a famous family who, although he was exiled in the reign of Caligula, became consul during the reign of Claudius and the figurehead of a conspiracy against Nero. Georgia 2, Joey. Piso is correct. Figurehead of a conspiracy against Nero in 65 AD that cost him his life. The answer is Piso. Bonus 1 for Georgia. Piso brought many down with him. Name the young writer of the epic Bellum Civile who was forced to commit suicide as a result of being associated with the conspiracy.
Lucan. You guys agree?
Sure.
Okay, so final answer, Lucan.
Lucan is correct. And bonus 2, Nero was infamous for his excesses, but one of his more remarkable excesses was taking as a wife Poppaea Sabina, who had been married to one of his friends. Who was this friend of Nero who gave up his own wife to his friend?
I think it's Otho, the future emperor. I'm pretty sure it's Otho.
Okay.
Otho?
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
Otho.
so final answer, Otho.
Otho is correct. So that is 20 points for Georgia on toss-up 20. But before we do the final score, this is a good catch by my co-moderator. It turns out Herculei is an acceptable genitive for Hercules. So we're going to go back up and give Florida the bony to toss-up 18. So she really saved us there. We would have had to read replacement bony, but not anymore. So bonus 1 for Florida on toss-up 18. Responde latine. A quo philoctetes morsus est in insula Tenedo.
So snake. So serpente or something. Serpente.
Serpente.
Yeah.
Serpente, final answer.
Serpente is correct. And bonus 2. Responde anglice. Hoc vulnus tam odorum erat, ut Graeci philocteten relinquerent in qua insula.
Oh, was it Lemnos?
What was the question?
Oh, which island is the one? Sorry.
Like what island?
Yeah, which island was he
Oh
left?
yeah, Lemnos.
Yeah.
Lemnos, final answer.
Lemnos is correct. So now 20 points for Florida on toss-up 18. And let's hear the final score.
Sorry, I'm cleaning up the score sheet here.
Yeah.
The final score, and please correct me if I'm incorrect, the final score for this round is Florida with 185 points, Georgia with 95 points, and Ohio with 30 points.
All right. I want to thank the players for a good round and our audience members for joining us today. I also want to thank our behind-the-scenes staff and convention organizers for doing the best with what we've got this year with our virtual convention. Audience members, if you want to unmute and or turn on your cameras, you can do so now and talk to whoever you want in the room. And thanks for coming. Let me post a link to the scoreboard so that you can check where your team lands in the ladders for semifinals tomorrow. There we go. All right. Have a great day.
Are we needed for anything else, or can I roll out?
I think we're good.